Hello everybody, Samurai Carl here, doing an agent breakdown of Cypher. I've been playing Valorant for about a little bit over a week. Majority of the time I've been playing Cypher or Sage, and I want to kind of get to know each agent and break down their skills. So the first one I'm going to do is Cypher. We're going to go over his abilities and their utility in this video. So let's get started. So Cypher's first ability, the one you get every round without purchasing it, is going to be his camera. His camera is very useful for finding enemies if they're pushing up, or checking corners, or just kind of watching an area even if you're not watching an angle, or if you've rotated and you need another set of eyes somewhere. So say if I'm playing middle here and I was to throw this camera up here, I could then go around the corner, activate it, and see if there's anybody pushed up into B tunnels over here or into garage, if they're going to try to go B mid. And then as soon as I see somebody, I can actually activate the tracking dart and pop them with it, and that'll tag the enemy, and they'll have to remove it by holding F. It takes a couple seconds, so it kind of keeps them there. You can try to peek them if you need to, or you can just see, let your team know that they are pushed up. Very useful for watching and defending areas if you guys are on the CT side. Very useful ability. So let's go. Just hit E again to deactivate the camera so you're not in it. When it's up, if you hit E, it's going to go back to that camera every time. Let's say if I rotated all the way into B or into A and I needed to check mid, I can just periodically check my camera. And then if it is destroyed by an enemy, it does let you know. You'll get a sound cue saying my camera's eyes down or my camera's been destroyed. Let's say you're done watching this, like they've fully gone A. You can grab your camera by hitting F. Just make sure you're moused over it, and it'll return the camera back to your inventory. That way, if you pull it back, you're not accidentally hitting E and activating the camera. So very useful. There is a limitation on where you can put it. You can put it on a vertical wall. You can't place it up high. There's kind of a height limit. You can put it on weird surfaces sometimes, but it has to be a vertical surface. So I can put it up there, which is kind of a ninja spot. I can't really see very well, but there are limitations on where you put the camera, and it does have a range. So just be careful when you're placing your camera that you're not putting yourself out to get shot while placing it. Very useful. There are a lot of cheeky spots you can place the camera. Moving on to the next ability. Alright, so Cypher's second ability, we're going to go over his first purchased ability and his cheapest one, which is his Cyber Cage. It's 100 credits each if you need to buy them. You can buy 2, and then you just hit Q to deploy it, and he kind of just chucks it out in front of him, and an F to activate it. So you can pre-place these. Very easy to set up to block vision if you want to slow a rush or prevent people from pushing. You can either chuck them up in places on the fly, and you can activate them by scrolling over and hitting F. And you can do this pretty much from anywhere on the map. So if you're behind a wall, if you're on the other side of the map, you can see them and hit F to activate them from pretty much anywhere. And again, these block vision like a smoke and slow the enemy, so you can spam them if you know they're stuck in them. I like to pair this with their second ability, Tripwire, which we'll go over here in a minute. So let's move on to that. So Cypher's last purchased ability is his Tripwire. This is really useful. It places itself on any wall as long as there's a point it can attach to on the other side, and then it cloaks itself. Enemies can see this when they get too close. If they don't, if they're paying attention, they can find and deactivate them. Good thing, like your camera, if they are destroyed, it will notify that your tripwire has been found, so you do know that they're in that area. Unlike the Cyber Cage, you can pick these up and return it, and sometimes you want to do that because these are 200 credits. Buying them every round, if you place them every round, can get a little expensive, but it's not that bad. One thing I said earlier is I like to pair these with the Cyber Cage, so I'll put a cage here and a trip there, and they hit the trip, and I'll go ahead and pop the cage on them. That way they're kind of pinned, and it helps kind of hide the trip wire, so it's harder for them to destroy it, because when they walk over this trip, it's going to go off and then detonate and blind them. but it kind of keeps them snared, and they have a chance to kill it when it's going off. Very useful. Again, you can return them. You can place them in weird spots, something like this. Don't know how useful that would be because they could easily walk around it. There are a couple places on bomb sites. What I like to do with it is, if you plant here, is to place one here, right on the bomb, because it does pull them to the center of the wire. It can interrupt diffusing, which is pretty funny. Great device, great for covering the flank, great for locking down sites, very useful skill. And that's about it. And the last skill we're going to go over is his ultimate. Okay, so Cypher's ultimate will reveal all the remaining enemies left of the map, but you need a fresh kill on one of the enemy teammates. Here I will kill this Phoenix. My ult is ready, so I'll approach it. You see the bar there where the timer left on how long you have to place the ult, and then it will reveal everybody on the map. As you can see, they're highlighted, and it also will point out where they are on your mini map as well for a short period of time, so you can figure out where they are, rotate if you need to. Very useful if you coordinate this well with your team and everybody knows they need to rotate, or you can block people off, or close in on the remaining team if they are in ill position. Very easy to take advantage of this ult if you're communicating well with your team. So that's about it for Cypher. Very useful agent. A lot of people think he's a little bit weak because his ultimate is a bit hard to use. But in my opinion, it's very, very useful if you are communicating well with your team and you have very good team cohesion. It's very easy to pretty much turn a match around with his ultimate and win. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you can. And you guys have a good one. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Have a good one.